Hey guys, good morning, and I want to jump right into day two's challenge. What is verbal abuse? So again, welcome to the 21-day challenge of defeating domestic violence with movement. I have 6 signs to see, and so you can examine if you are in a verbal abusive relationship. As I give these labels, I also want to add movement to it as well. Me being a dance movement therapist, I help a lot of people as they tell me their stories with movement. So I'll jump right into it. So number one, how can you tell if you're in a verbal abusive relationship? VAR, verbal abusive relationship. Say it with me. VAR. Are you a VAR? VAR, verbal abusive relationship. Yeah, I just made that up. Haha. But here we go. So number one, name calling, the labeler. This person strips you of your identity with negative labels. You're too stupid to get anything I say. Oh, you're so ugly. Don't nobody want you. And you're so incompetent. I don't understand why you just don't get it. So for movements, if I was to help somebody in this situation, we call name calling and labeling, and they're called stupid or ugly, the label stupid would go over their head. Ugly would go over their face. So stupid, ugly. Stupid, ugly. Stupid, ugly. When people hear their words, it brings down their mood. So if you think you're stupid, you have a feeling of going backwards, like you can't do anything. So instead of moving forward, you go backwards and you retreat and then you withdraw. So again, stupid, you go backwards, you retreat, and then you withdraw. Ugly, I'm ugly. Oh, you're so ugly. So you're hiding who you are. You're hiding your identity. This also can bring you down and you can hide. Again, so ugly. You're hiding your face. It can bring you down or you begin to hide. So let's do one more game. Name calling, the labeler. Stupid. Stupid. You retreat and then you withdraw. Again. Stupid, go backwards. You retreat and then you withdraw. Ugly, you hide your face. Nobody loves me anymore, so I'm going to hide. So notice it's always downward movements that affects the body as well as the mind. Okay, so that's verbal abuse. Number two would be abusive anger, the shouter. So this person always seems to shout or scream during a disagreement or an argument. Again, the person is constantly shouting, oh, you're so stupid, you're so dumb, to a point that the neighbors next door can hear, the people downstairs, the people up the street. So if you live in an apartment building and you're yelling, trust me, people are ear hustling to hear what the conversation is about. That's how loud your partner is. I mean, they can't wait 9 o'clock. All right, they got their popcorn sitting down and they're ear hustling. Did you hear that? So the showers, they're constantly yelling so everybody can hear you, okay? And they have to shout all the time within their anger because they're mad and they feel the need to shout instead of talking in a low tone. So if I was to do a movement, the shouter. So, or, okay, so it's like an attack mode. So words come out and it's an attack mode. Words come out, attack mode in their anger. So notice my facial expressions and my movements. So when you're angry, it's always a thrust towards you. So or okay, so attack mode, shouter, okay, that's the shouter. Number three would be the critique. The partner is constantly critiquing you. So the person hurts, offends, damage your moves to a point where it affects your self-esteem. And I'll give you an example. I'm so bored with this relationship, you don't do anything to make me happy. Or, you don't do anything around this house. Why don't you ever clean up or get a job? You're so lazy, you're just worthless, you're worth nothing. The last one, can't you dress up and make yourself more presentable? You're always looking like a bum. So notice the critiques never have a solution. They're never positive. They're never encouraging. There's no solution to lift you up, to solve the problem. It's always a critique of what you don't do. I like to call this the the you don't lullabies, or the you don't CDs. There's 10 things that you never do right, or there's 10 things that's never satisfying to your partner. It's always negative. So again, there's nothing positive, there's nothing encouraging, and there's no solution. That is a critique. There's no positive criticism, there's no constructive criticism, it's always negative. If that partner doesn't give you any solutions on how to become better for yourself or as a unit, then it is a negative constant critique. That is negative criticism. There's nothing constructive about it. So if I was to do a movement, the words that I was focused on is hurt, offends, and damage. You don't do anything right that hurts the core of who you are. So when you hear those words, you don't do anything right. It backs them up in the corner. So here, pain. It hurts, offends, and damage. 1, 2, 3. Always notice in movement, when you hear negative words, it's a downward floor movement where people just have to go to the ground and cover up and don't want to be seen. You don't do anything right. So it hurts the core in here. It brings anxiety, it brings pain, and it causes depression. But I will get into a little bit later on how it affects the body physically and emotionally. So again, the critique. You don't do anything right. Okay, so it is the core right here, and it hurts, it offends, and it damages the emotions and physically the body. Okay, that's the critique. Number 4, guys, I really hope you're enjoying this. I'm enjoying this, and I'm really hoping as I minister to other people that is helping somebody. Number 4, degrading or condescending. This person constantly displays a patronizing, offensive, superior attitude towards you. They're narrow-minded to a point where they only think their ideas are right. They're not open to anybody else. So again, what they say is offensive, and they have the superior attitude that they're better than you. Just because they had different experiences than you and you never had these experiences, or you experienced in a different way, they believe that they're better and you don't know anything, okay? So this is called degrading or condescending, or the offender. For example, well, no wonder you're so fat, you're forever stuffing your face. And I'll give a perfect example. So if you are a person who is struggling with their weight, you did this diet for like 10 days, and you know, like you're in this moment of weakness, like, oh my God, I just want a bacon double cheeseburger with some fries and onion rings and that mozzarella Monterey Jack cheese. You're human, it happens. Instead of your partner encouraging you, hey, put that down, I'm with you, I know it's hard, it's a struggle, we can do it together, they want to call you names like, hey, fatso, or put it down and nobody will want you, and you trying to lose some weight and you're so stupid and fat, nobody will want you. So notice the words. You're stupid, you're fat, nobody wants you. You're stupid, you're fat, nobody wants you. And again, this is just an example of somebody who wants to lose weight. Your partner is supposed to encourage you. So notice the difference. You're stupid, you're fat, nobody wants you. You never do the diet, you're always going to fail. You're stupid, you're fat, nobody wants you, you're always going to fail, you'll never get it right. Instead of saying, hey, we can do this together, I know you have a moment of weakness, don't do this, it's going to put you 5 times back, you did so far, so good, let's do it together. Do you notice the difference? So again, this is called degrading. So when you degrade somebody, it's always pushing them down. And they feel like they're going lower and lower, and to a point where they withdraw and they don't want to be seen. So degrading is about pushing down. You feel down. Your mood changes. So if I was to look at the word degrading, offensive, superior attitude. So this person is up here while I'm down here. This person is up here, I'm down here. So notice here, and they're pushing me down. So I'm trying to push against those negative words, but I can't. So it's like a weight. So I'm struggling. I'm struggling to get out the negativity. I'm struggling to get from under the labels, the critique, but I feel so weak emotionally that I go down and down and down and down and down to a point where I can't be seen. Hope that makes sense. My next one is minimize or deny what they do. I call this person the minimizer. Hope you like my little cute nicknames that I did. Again, they minimize and deny what they do. I call this person the minimizer. So what is that? They downplay and deny your emotions, then they don't take responsibility for their actions. So for example, oh, it only happens when I drink, it wasn't that bad, you're so sensitive. Get over it. I'll say it again. They downplay and deny your emotions and they don't take responsibility for their actions. Oh, it only happens when I drink, it wasn't that bad. Dad, I was only playing, I was only joking, you can't take a joke? So what, you're fat? There's a lot of fat people out there. Lose some weight, okay? So again, they minimize your emotions. You're not allowed to feel anything because they feel you're so sensitive. And then they'll use society. Oh, I'm so tired of society. All they do is talk about emotions and everything else. And that's a European culture and we don't believe in that. So they'll use any type of excuse to downplay how you feel. They don't look at your humanity and believe that you have feelings. They want to downplay it because they're so numb to what they was experienced, so they'll project it on you. Oh, get over it, suck it up, be tough, stop being so sensitive. Okay, so notice how I'm minimizing you. So, I was to give an example, minimize, make you small. So you're here, but they want to make you small. So notice my body. Open, you're wide, vertical, horizontal. Horizontal position. Oh, cut it out. It wasn't that bad. It really doesn't matter. Stop being so sensitive. You know, you're such a drama queen. Knock it off. You're here. Oh, you know what? You're so sensitive. Shut up. That really doesn't matter. You're so sensitive. Knock it off. Just get over it. Here. Oh, you're so sensitive. You're stupid. Knock it off. It wasn't that deep. Get over it. Stop being such a drama queen. So you're from here. Notice my body, how it's withdrawing and it's coming in, and it gets smaller, okay? Here, boom, 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 smaller, 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 smaller. Like a small box. You're hidden. You can't be seen because of the words. My last one, guys, threatening. What I call the threat maker. So things are said to control and manipulate you. For example, I'll go to your parents' house and I'll hurt them. Or, you'll never succeed without me in life, I'll leave you. And if I leave, where are you going to go? Don't nobody want you, you're fat, you're ugly, you can't work. Think of the Color Purple incident where Mr. was always downgrading and verbally abusing Celie. As a perfect example of verbal abuse. And there's a lot of movies out there that have scenes where they're constantly verbally abusing somebody. And if you just look and analyze their body language, they're sitting up, and by the time the person finishes degrading them, then they're so low and they get lower and lower and lower. They have this retreat movement, okay? So those are the 6 signs, guys, that if you are in a verbal abusive relationship, and then I gave examples of movement. So the first one was name calling, what I call the labeler. Number 2, the abusive anger, or who I call the shouter. Number 3, constantly critiquing you. It's always negative. They don't have any solutions and they can't lift you up or be positive. I call this person the critiquer or the critique. Number 4, degrading and condescending. Constantly putting you down. They have nothing positive to say. So the offender. The offender does 3 things. It hurts, it damages you, okay? And they offend. That's actually the critique and the degrader, but the 2 are different. So again, the constant critiquer is hurting, offending, and damaging your self-esteem, okay? They're doing 3 things. While the degrader and condescending, they have the superior attitude, okay? So the critique, you can't do anything right. The degrader or condescending, they have the superior attitude over you, and you're down here. That's the difference. Number 5, the minimizer. They like to make you feel small by downplaying your emotions. And number 6, the threat maker. They constantly threaten the things that you care about, that makes you worried, that brings on anxiety and fear. And I'll say that again, that is a bonus. The threat maker. They're constantly talking about what they're going to hurt to control and manipulate you to bring on emotions of fear, depression, anxiety. fear, depression, anxiety. Guys, thank you so much for my challenge. I will see you tomorrow when we talk about emotional abuse. Very, very different. And I will get into the emotions by talking about the emotional will. So please tune in tomorrow. That's going to be very interesting. We're going to have fun with it. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned. I'll see you tomorrow. For any questions, email me at awilliam4000@gmail.com. Please feel free to leave comments, share your thoughts. Be nice. Don't be verbally abusive or condescending. This is a humanity problem, not a gender problem. This happens to men, women, children, women, men, however you want to put it. It affects everybody, from the young to the old. But my message is that I want you to be free. You don't have to stay there. You can get out of it. Don't let your partner put you to a space where you are oppressed and isolated. Get out. I also like to say that if you are in trouble, please call the hotlines. Get a friend of support to support you to get you out of that situation. Look for safe houses or shelters to go to. Call the cops. If it's very severe and it's dangerous, call 911. Number two, call the hotlines. Get help. Seek therapy. Don't stay there. Build yourself back up. Get the heck out of there. Love you guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.